Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritam naranchaiva narottamam devim sarasatim vyasam tato jaya mudirayet nasta prayesu abhadresu nitam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhakti bhavati naistaki. Hare Krishna. First of all, I'm very grateful to Sindhu Prabhu and his wife and all the devotees here for allowing me to come and serve. Also, I am very grateful to Srila Prabhupada. While I was traveling, the system Srila Prabhupada has established, I hope every devotee who joined this program appreciate how rare this opportunity is given. Because of the Kali Yuga, we do not see the comparative qualification or in order to see Radha Krishna worship like this. Did you ever hear any scriptures talks about Radha Krishna worship beside the Hare Krishna philosophy? Anybody ever studied any other philosophy? You can hear even up to Vaishnavism. The whole world, if you scrutinizingly, analytically you research, you will see majority people are into Monism. Everybody understand what is Monism. Monism is not a faithful or devotional or that there is a concept, there is a God, okay. But he created this, he is somewhere and has no connection there. I am on my own. But they have some idea of acceptance that there is some concept of God. Whether it is energy or omnipotent, that clarity is not there. Then there is a monotheism. Monotheism means God is there. He also created heaven and earth, in Bible says. Also in our Ishopanishad, different Purana says that God created this world. Oh, that is good concept. Then there is a pantheism. Panentheism. Pantheism means there is God or there was God. Now it's scattered into many, unlimited. They all have to go back to become one. That is also floating all over the world, including Columbus. All this idea is not Prabhupada's given idea. It is already existing here. Then there is a polytheism. Polytheism, of course, I see a lot of Indian heritage background, so you know Hinduism is a big polytheistic believer. You believe your God, I believe my God. Put a nice fence, we are good neighbor like this. Respect your God, I respect my God. Just be nice. Don't think competitive. Because in the Western world there is also one philosopher, they said if you go to believe another God, then I will be envy to you. And you know about it, Judaism. It says in the Torah like this. But if you look at this, in 7th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yo jo yam yam tanum bhakta shraddhaya architam uchchati tasya achalam shraddha. Does it show that he is envy? No, he is the most liberal, most compassionate. If you want to love some other god beside me, if you want to, it is not possible for you to love actually any other god without my help. So Krishna says, I will help you from your heart to make that faith towards that god, and through that god also I will inspire that form to attract and reciprocate. He will be matchmaker for the whole world. Krishna is the non-biased, most liberal, most kind, most affectionate. His quality is so endearing. More we understand, his quality is so inspiring, so adorable, that once you know, you will not be able to resist but not serve him. That is Krishna conception, but that is rare, extremely rare. My prayers, my request to all the devotees, be grateful. It is an extreme rare opportunity that we come in contact with Radha Krishna. Imagine you are born in Vrindavan during Krishna's time. If you are not under particular group of Brajavashi, you would not know actually there is a worship of Radha Krishna. In Vrindavan, even Mother Yashoda doesn't know. Nanda Baba doesn't know, Prabhupada says. The Brahmanas in Mathura, Dwarka, forget it. They have no idea there is a worship of Radha Krishna. Who knows Radha Krishna worship in Vrindavan during Krishna's time? Who knew? Can you help? Not the gopis. Only the manjaris. Very intimate, very personal. The most nourishing to the heart when you find such a intimate relationship where you boldly declare, Jam labdha chaparam labham mannate na adhikatam tata. I do not want anything. This is it. This is my eternal relationship with that Lord. I want to serve to that. Heart will be hankering. How do we know? Because Sanatana Goswami Pad explains this in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. So conception of polytheism, that many gods respect. It's a common thing. I remember when I came to America 30 years back, I was in San Diego for a while with Badrinaran Maharaj. And people have a nice, we should respect each other. You believe your God, I believe my God. Keep a, what they call close distance, means don't go too much into finding out, then it may create problems. Keep a close distance. They call a good fence makes the good neighbor or something like that in a way. Something like that. So that idea is there. Do we believe in pantheism? Do we believe monotheism? Do we believe polytheism? I was researching one time. All these things you can find in Google, some idea. But when I put polymorphic monotheism, you can try. It says only Vaishnavas knows. That's it, no other explanation. That is true. But we don't even follow that. We even went higher than that. Polymorphic bimonotheism. We believe the concept of God that masculine and feminine together. Radha, not above. That we don't think God is only one person, male. He's not a male or female, but is a combination of both. This concept that Radharani is also God, Krishna is also God, this concept was never heard in entire creation for millions and millions. That's why the number 4 sloka in 14 main sloka of Chaitanya Charitamrita, it says, Anarpita charim chirat For a long, long time it was never even heard or given. What was not given? Are we counting that blessing? How rare we have come? The problem is we live in a society where we don't actually value that how rare opportunity to become a Krishna conscious devotee. It is extremely rare, extremely rare. It is not possible somebody to become Krishna devotee. Those who are coming to Krishna consciousness, they went through, I'm not talking about they outside the building, I'm talking about all of you, all of us. We went through many lives thriving for this spiritualism. To come to this point of accepting this concept of polymorphic bi-monotheism, which is extremely rare. The soul could never have this access until Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come. Anybody has an idea or experience of 4,320,000,000 years? Do you know what it is? Beside the number. I have no clue. I thought many times about it. 4,320,000,000 years. Time 2. That's only 12 hours. Time 2. And then how rare this concept of Mahaprabhu, who is Vrishabhanu Nandini with Krishna together, is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Do you notice any ISKCON temple, we do not have any other form of Mahaprabhu worshipped except the Navadvip form? Even though in Navadvip, how long Mahaprabhu stayed in Navadvip? 24 years. And Sannyas life? 24 years. But we never worship his sannyas form. You never see a temple anywhere in ISKCON. We don't even worship Gaur Gadadhar, which is rare, except one temple. Anyone knows? It's in Australia. Gaura Keshava Prabhu was the pujari, and Prabhupada came to install, and he said, that's not Gaur Nitai, that's Gaur Gadadhar. That's the only temple in ISKCON all over the world. Because Gaur Gadadhar is very esoteric. When Supreme Absolute Truth is identified as Gadadhar Prana, then he is Vrishabhanu Nandini, means Srimati Radharani in full-fledged with Krishna in Navadvip. That's the form we worship. The point of this analytical understanding that I hope we all will cry every day that how fortunate we are made. I don't know all of you, but as for me, there was no qualification to receive that mercy. And if we some or other can absorb in that thought that how rare to become a Gauriya Vaishnava, it literally take, even if you are born in other Vaishnava sampradayas and you did not embrace Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are like a beggar who got super lotto ticket but didn't know how to cash it. How do you feel if it happened to you? Just bad? I mean, if you literally knew that you make only $100,000 a year and you just got $76 million, you didn't care, you just trashed that ticket. Will you regret or just feel, okay, well, I'll go to work tomorrow? This kind of gift, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence in our life. In 7th canto, Prabhupada says, Brahmananda bhavedesha cheta prarardha gunikrita naitam bhakti sukham budhe paramanno tullamapi. How great state of happiness this Krishna consciousness gives you. First you have to say, Do you know, anyone knows here what is the highest happiness as a human being right now in this planet, in America, in Columbus? Are we all human beings? At least agree with that? Yeah? You're only laughing, you're not saying yes or no. Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure. You might be demigods or other, or... Okay, if you have a human body, what is the highest happiness? Rupa Goswami Pada explains. What is the highest happiness as a human being, right at this moment? You need 7 things. So I need some help. See if you are... You know, I don't take it... I'm sorry, I don't mean to judge you. We are Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas means we are not judgmental and sentimental. Who are we? Transcendental. Yes. At the core of our existence, we are spiritual. We are not matter of false ego or product of 3 modes. In Bhagavad Gita 3:40 it says, Indriyani parani ahur indriyabha para mano. Manastu para buddhi, buddhistu para tatsya. Where is the soul? Above sense, object, above senses, above mind, above intelligence, above everything is the soul. So, we are soul or we are product of this material world? Help me. Soul. Okay, so if we believe, have a strong faith that we are spiritual being, then we are transcendental. We should not be judgmental and or sentimental. This is the 2 things can pull you down to progress. I don't like that, Prabhu, I don't like this, Mataji, I don't like... This is judgmental. We have to go above. Always stay above. Above judgmental and sentimental. These 2 things purposely created by Kali to keep us not be serious. I know that one. Here he is always, she is always crazy. Like, why are you coming up this? Because inference, this is how we cannot progress. And they love this. The Kali, they love this when we don't progress. So we are in a war in that sense. So Rupa Goswami Pada says, you have to have 7 things in order to experience what is the human highest happiness. You ready to hear? And see yourself how many things you have in your position. First, you have to be the only ruler of the world. Second, all the ministers are in love with you, not opposition or something on the side. Like in India they call Mirzafar. You know the idea Mirzafar? I don't know. In my time, when I was a long time back in India, they used to call the Mirzafar who betrayed India for British or something. Means you are duplicitous. You are minister of the king, but you are not really supporting the king. So you have to have all the ministers under you are in love with you. Means they love you. They want to obey and follow you. Number 3, you have no enemy. All the enemy around you, wherever you are, is all subdued or arrested or being controlled. Number 4, you have enough treasury that whenever you need to dispose for something, it is there. You can supply. Number 5, you are so intelligent and knowledgeable that if there is a drought or cold right now in Columbus, you can engage the Brahmana to literally dissipate the coldness and bring the good summer or spring. When you have these 5 things, 2 more things, can somebody help me? What else you need? Oh, the reason I said that, the problem is the Hare Krishna devotees, they are wonderful, but one problem, they are not a good enjoyer of this material enjoyment. They lost the taste or they're losing it. They are not as good as some karmis. You know who knows how to enjoy the sense enjoyment? Demon or demigod? What do you think? Demons. Prabhupada said it in the PowerPoint. Demon are more expert. But sense enjoyment and devotional progress is opposite. More you have inclination to sense enjoyment, more you are lacking of spiritual life. It will never go parallel. Not possible. It's proportion to opposite. So what are the 2 things?
A harem?
Huh?
A harem? harem. Lots of queens.
Lots of queens. Okay, you got lots of queens. Two more things.
Eternal life.
Very good. Not eternal life, but at least strong, long, stout, macho body, something like that. Good. What else? One more. Come on, you guys are not...
So all attractive doesn't count?
All attractive is already beautiful wife, beautiful spouse is good enough.
Good health.
Good health we discuss. See, that's why I say the Hare Krishna people are not. When I preach in the college student, some boys they come up with it. The desire to enjoy like anything. You may have all this, but you don't want to enjoy. You're like sitting, I don't know, I don't feel like, what kind of, you have all this. So you have to have a strong desire. You know what happened at the moment of death of your life? Even end of Brahma's life, what goes with the soul? Anybody can help me? False ego has a boundary up to this material world. But something goes with the soul. Desire is the only thing goes with you. Therefore, annabilashita shunyam, pure bhakti means no material desire. It's a big issue. Why? So when you have all these 7 things, then you know what is the real happiness as a human right now in Columbus, Ohio. And I assume most of you don't have all this. So if you don't have all, now just imagine if one of you have all these 7, Yudhishthira Maharaj had this. This is not some imaginary figure. It is proven. Rupa Goswami Pad did not write anything that is not proven. He interviewed people like King Chitraketu. He was enjoying. He had how many wives Chitraketu had in Bhagavatam? 10 million. Do you know what is 10 million wives? 2. We really don't have idea. We just say 10 million. It's true. But to maintain 10 million, it's not a joke. You have a 10 million palaces. Because they don't go along. You have to have their own maid servant and others. So it is proven. You follow. It is not some fantasy idea. It is all proven. It was proven. King Parikshit, when he was ruling the whole planet. King Yudhishthira, he was ruling the whole planet. That's why Satyaraj Prabhu's book gives the evidence of Vedic culture all over the world. In South America is mostly the tantric culture. And Parikshit Maharaj traveled all South America, America, everywhere. He traveled with his horses. Part of Jambudip. We are also part of Jambudip. Jambudip is a 9 island, and Bharatvarsha, or this planet, is also known as Bharatvarsha. Bharatvarsha is not only India. Bharatvarsha Prabhupada sometimes say India, sometimes say this planet. This planet is a part of Jambudip. And Jambudip, middle is Ilabriti Varsha, where Lord Shiva resides. And top of that, Brahmaji's head office, headquarters. Not Brahmaloka. Brahmaloka is another planet. This is just middle planetary system. If you realize that happiness as a human being, when you have these 7 things, you multiply by 100 times more, then you'll know where your forefather, when they are pious, religious, they go to a Pitrilok planet. And Pitrilok Ananda, they enjoy 100 times more of that human being. Not Kali Yuga human being. Because they don't have these 7 things. When you multiply 100 times more of that, then you know what the demigods enjoy. This is not a joke of enjoyment. You follow? The whole creation hierarchy is made by the measurement of enjoyment. And you multiply 100 times more what Prajapatis they enjoy. If they want to enjoy, they create a form of a other spouse. They enjoy and destroy immediately. And there is no sin, nothing. They have that kind of power. They don't have to maintain. Every moment they can create and destroy as they like. Prajapati's enjoyment, such a highest. multiply 100 times more the enjoyment of Brahmaji in Brahmaloka, Satyaloka. Such enjoyment in the material world. But when you think of Brahmananda, which we don't promote, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, one time he was speaking about it, and after a few minutes he said, "What am I doing? I'm glorifying Brahmananda. This is not our goal. Stop it now." Because Brahmananda is 100 times more of Brahmaji's enjoyment. Then Prabhupada translate that verse. Brahmananda bhavedesha cheta prarardha gunikrita naitam bhakti sukham bodhe paramannu tullamopi. He translate, if you multiply Brahmananda 1,000, you know how to calculate, right? See if you can figure it out. That Brahmananda happiness, you multiply 1,000 trillion times. Do you know what is that figure? Radhanath Maharaj was so merciful. He's my sannyas guru. I'm a sannyas candidate. He told me one time that trillion means like if somebody would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from the day of Jesus' birth, he would not be able to finish yet this number. I don't know anybody started counting from Jesus' time. So it is almost like impossible to imagine like what is trillion really means. And Prabhupada says this is the happiness of Krishna consciousness. But in order to get there, you have to restrain your other happiness. When I was visiting last year to a temple called Jeb, Govardhan Eco Village. Anybody knows Govardhan Eco Village? Okay, good. We had a Iyengar, Prabhu came. He's the head of the Iyengar Society of Ramanuja Sampradaya, and he also came. And one day he gave also class, and he was explaining about Ramanujacharya's beautiful discussion with Ananta Acharya. And he says a verse, you can almost figure it out. He says, Ashara alpa saraba shara shara taram tejet. Ashara means which has no real value, real essence. So he gave an example. One time this devotee, he asked Ramanujacharya, "Can you tell me what is the goal of life and how to behave with the devotees?" You know what is the biggest challenge in our life right here in Columbus? What is the biggest challenge you think? Can somebody raise hand and give me something? So, because I'm first time came. What is the biggest challenge you have in Columbus? Respecting other devotees. It is not the climate really. Other you can adjust. Because two things only we have. We don't have three things. We have two things within us, within our control. Is the attitude. We have full control. What attitude we are going to exhibit or maintain all the time. This grateful attitude or respectful attitude, it is up to us. It is not the influence of modes or others. Of course, negativity will enter in your mind to control you if you allow. You follow? This blaspheming or other things, you have to allow first to enter in your mind. But when it enters in your mind, it controls you. That part you didn't know. And then so attitude, and what is the second thing you think? Endeavor. Endeavor is up to you. Prabhupada exhibited this too. So we don't have control how other devotee will behave or others. But we have a control. I have a control how I will behave. You follow? That full control I have. The distance of free will between response and impulse. 99% fall for the mental impulsion. But response means you are consciously aware. It's very hard to see how he can be more advanced than me. Because I'll be thinking I know more slokas, he may not know. But this can be damaging to myself. So how to keep my attitude that Krishna has sent him? It's a good opportunity. I should take advantage of his association and serve him. This we can try and practice. One time I asked Radhanath Maharaj, how did you learn? How you really, Maharaj, became so humble? He said, you won't believe if I tell you. I said, yes, I will believe. So I was faking for a long time. And it became natural. So I was trying and it became natural. It's so phenomenon. In America they say, no, whatever you practice become perfect. But if you have a wrong practice, you will also become wrong. So if you have a good practice, and it's true. Of course, those quality also comes as we progress. But we also be alert always how we position. So at that time, Anantacharya was sent by Ramanujacharya to a teacher. So he quoted this verse, Asharam alpasaramba, shara sharataram tejit. Bhajeto sarataram bhakti, ratnakaro ibamritam. That a good example I was contemplating one time, that I saw a big crane in the water area. Do you know?
This on Wikipedia.
In the crane world, the crane generally needs a big amount of food, big fish, for his whole meal. Or he can take 10 small fish, or 20 mini fish, or 40 really mini fish. So some crane thinks they stand there, and the small fish, in Bhagavatam it says Nirmatsarata. Nirmatsarata. The Matsarata means envy, but why Sanskrit word Matsu means fish? Why the fishiness is envy?
Big fish eats little fish.
Yes. When Bhagavatam says some word, but even Matsarata, Matsu is, everybody likes, Bengali loves fish eating. But here Matsu it says Nirmatsarata means non-envious. But why fishiness? Because fish world, the big fish never allow small fish to grow. They will eat, they want to eat. They always have a fear it's going to grow. So they end up eating more. So in the crane world, the crane stand in the water, and small mini fish goes around, and they think there is a standing rod. Whether it's a crane or not, they don't know, because they cannot see from underneath. So they go very cautious, then they pass through, oh, it didn't move, or they are still alive. Then they go around in a circle, they go in like hundreds or thousands in a group, they pass. When they pass, go a little farther, little bigger fish, they say, oh, it is not a crane, it's just a stick. So then they go, big one. And they also pass. When those middle size pass, then the big one thinks, oh, it's just a stick, some kind of straw or stick. Then they also pass. When the big one passed by, and the clever, intelligent crane grabbed that and fly and eat for the whole meal. Now you may say, why he could not eat the small one? There is a beautiful scientific logic. And I was talking to this professor. That's all he does. Aquarium specialist. He got his PhD on this. And he was telling me the aquatic world, that if a mini fish notice that it is a crane and they got little fear, no fish will come whole day in that area. And the crane is doomed for whole day. He will be, not Ekadashi, but he will be fasting really for his foolishness. And if he wants to eat, then he has to go to 20 new pond to do this kind of, or he has to tolerate that small fish coming. Is yummy, but he has to tolerate for all these small fish to pass by. Why? So he can satisfy his for the day full meal. But if he eats the first one, what will happen? He will be. In our practical life, if we go for little enjoyment of the material enjoyment, we will not be able to focus on our big fish or ultimate goal. Not possible. That's why voluntarily we have to withdraw. Anybody read a book called Madhurya Kadambini? I'm sure you did. Very good. Thank you, Mata. Madhurya Kadambini gives a good, in my own experience in my life, I can tell you something. When a temptation comes, ask yourself, if you say, well, temptation is here, whatever it is, it's a good food or good car or good spouse or good whatever, good house, any enjoyment. When you see this temptation has come, check the testing machine to check is within you. Where is the testing machine? Within us. You check your pulse. What do you feel? What is your attitude? If you say, well, I want to enjoy, because I don't know. Like one devotee was saying that I'm 50 years, I don't know what will happen next life, I better enjoy now. I said, why you're telling me this? So, well, you gave a nice class, but I'm scared because I don't know what will happen after death. And if I miss the enjoyment, I better enjoy now. I said, you are looking for a small fish. You will lose the ultimate goal. You will take few more births. That's all it is. So, when temptation comes, if you feel that you cannot resist, you are in a bhajana kriya. You heard the word bhajana kriya. What does that means? Somebody in English? Devotional service. What you are doing right now? Bhajana kriya. This is called bhajana kriya. You hear, pay obeisances. You hear about Krishna. This is called bhajana kriya. But how your advancement, if you remember, our advancement in bhakti, we want to see how to test it. How do we test whether we are advancing or not? So we should remember, test of our advancement in bhakti is the taste for bhakti. You follow? If you have a taste to chant more, to hear more, means you are advancing. If you're thinking like, will he stop now so we can have the prasadam? Means you are less advancing. So you can correct yourself. No, it's a rare opportunity. Any moment death can come. It's a reality. I want to advance. Let me hear about Krishna. So this is a little GPS of bhakti, that when temptation came and you feel like sometime you can resist, yes. Sometime you feel like you succumbed. You are in anartha nibriti. Anybody heard that word, anartha nibriti? What's the translation, Mata? Artha means, artha means which will help me to progress. Anartha means which will hamper or pull me down. Anartha, unwanted things. Okay, anartha, nibriti means you want to finish it, destroy it. So if you feel like you can resist sometime, you feel like you got succumbed, you are in anartha nibriti stage. You're better than bhajana kriya. You keep on going. It is wonderful. But it is good to know where I am. Then you are not lost while you are driving. If the same temptation came and you felt, you heard enough Prabhupada's audio, devotees' realization, reading books, your intelligence became so sharp. Vidya kutareno siteno dhiro. The vidya kutareno, vidya, the knowledge becomes like a kutar, axe, and is so sharp that you can see, okay, if I go for this enjoyment, I can see the end, I'll be regretting. No, I don't want to. You immediately you are peaceful. It's not even bothering you. Your intelligence is so sharp, you can see it. Intelligence protects. When the devotee asked Prabhupada, there's so many beautiful ladies joining in the movement, you don't feel any attraction, Prabhupada? Prabhupada said, yes, I feel. He said, but you don't act? So Prabhupada said, no, intelligence blocks immediately. Of course, he's a Mahabhagavat, but he's also acting like us, like a human a practitioner. You follow? So we can learn. Same temptation came, but you feel, I have no interest for this. But watch out. You are not hating it or loving it. Because both are same quality. We think generally if we love sense gratification, we are advancing. If we hate sense gratification, we are not advancing. Ichha desa samuthena dandamohena bharata. Sarvabhutani sammohat sarge janti parantapa. Everybody takes birth in this world for two reasons. What are those? Ichha and desa. You're liking and hating. If you hate sense enjoyment, that is as bad as you liking sense enjoyment. So then what should we do? We are not exploiter or renouncer. We are utilizer. Rupa Goswami Pad says, Anashaktasya Vishayan Jatarham Upajunjata Nirbandha Krishna Sambandha Jukta Vairagya. Jukta Vairagya means everybody belongs to Krishna. What can I do? I can correct myself. That will bring them close to Krishna. If because of me as a leader or as a friend or a father or a someone that somebody is actually going against or away from Krishna, I should be feeling responsibility for that and I should regret. I should beg apology to that person. Prabhupada was that kind of personality. That's why nobody could live. He was feeling the responsibility. If the temptation has come, it is there or not there, it doesn't even, you are aware. You are intelligible. This temptation become intelligible. You follow? Is there or not there, you are not even aware. That is called ashakti. Ruchi to ashakti. You are safe. From that position, Prabhupada said, you don't come back. Yogamaya literary takeover. You can be in Columbus, Ohio, but you can be also in spiritual existence, pure goodness. This is our goal in this life. As soon as possible we can go. We are safer. When you are happy within you, then Mad Bhakti Labate Param. From that stage, Krishna says you can do pure bhakti. So I give you one example. I was talking in my car ride with some devotees. Everybody knows we have come here for pure bhakti. Yes? How many of you have come to do pure bhakti? Raise your hand. I want to see. Very good, everybody. How many of you have come to here to do good karma? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many have you come to do good jnana? 1, 2. Good. The difference is, I'll give you an analogy of an apple. There is one apple, and I worked very hard whole week. Friday I got a check from my boss. And I'm thinking I'm going to enjoy this apple. So I go to enjoy buy the apple and enjoy. This is called karmi. Karma in general sense, people think what goes around comes around, do something to get something. There's so many ideas. But what Vaishnava philosophy is, I want everybody to repeat after me. So long, I want to enjoy the result of all my activities. It is karma. Now you understand what karma means? Now if you say, wait Prabhu, I like pizza. Some actually college student, he said, I like pizza and I'm learning how to offer it. So I'm going to offer Krishna that pizza. So that means I like pizza. What is that? Karma. I want to enjoy the pizza. But I want to offer to Krishna. So it's mixing with bhakti. So it's called karma mixed bhakti. Karma mishra bhakti. All these ideas, yoga mishra bhakti, these are all coming from the contamination of karma with bhakti. Now the jnana idea is when you acknowledge about God, but you are not interested to serve Him, to show your love for Him. A lot of devotees even in the beginning stage, they are in that stage. A lot of people, most of the world, they do go to church or synagogue or temple. So they want to go to heaven and they don't want to go to hell. Is there anything to do with God here? What is that category? Karma Kanda. It is not karma, it is karma kanda. It is religious function, but it is not Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is very subtle. The jnana kanda is, they can say so many things. You will see so many priests, ministers, they are very well spoken. God is omnipresent, omnipotent, and so many devotees also, but they are not interested to do some service to please Him. They are not engaging themselves to serve the Lord. They are called jnani. They see the apple. So God created the apple. I am hungry. I need to eat. And they appreciate there is a creation of God. And they eat the apple. They don't go to hell. The karmi has to go to hell. But jnani don't go to hell. But they don't get any bhakti. Neither go to spiritual world. They are in the middle, limbo. Devotee means they see the apple, it's creation of God, beautiful. I want to offer it to the Lord. And I have to maintain this body to serve the Lord, so I'll take His remnants. It looks like same activities all three people did. But the consciousness behind their activity, what determines whether they are karmi or jnani or bhakta. We stop now? Okay. Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare Bol, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Is there time for question? No? You have any question, reflection, or?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, Prabhu.
Sometimes at temples, especially brahmacharis, they will say, oh, I spit at the thought of a woman. And that was a quote by a great Maharaj many years ago, or something along that line. And I think Prabhupada said that when you can stand before a naked woman and not be agitated, then you can say, I spit at the thought of a woman. So it's hypocritical to assume the position of a brahmachari or a sannyasi when one is contemplating deep within other factors that are not devotional service. So from the standpoint of the brahmachari ashram, they're very critical of the Grihastha ashram, yet Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and Lalita Prasad were children of Thakur Bhaktivinoda, so Thakur Bhaktivinoda must have had sex to have children. So one should not be hypocritical and assume another ashram if one is not sincere in that ashram. And one should be very careful not to criticize those like the ashram unfairly, because a lot of times brahmacharis and sannyasis do take that decision. They think that they're holier than they, and they're not. So that's the comment.
Thank you. We are born with Varna. We are not born with ashram. Everybody understand that concept? We are born with 3 modes of material nature, but we are not born with ashram. Ashram means a place where you feel safe to progress in spiritual path. Means under guidance. Without Guru there is no ashram. Whether it is a grihastha, sannyas or brahmachari. Ashram is not for judgmental or seeing other person lower. Nobody is lower. Maybe we are fortunate because we got fortune by the Prabhupada's mercy. Fortunate means your compassion towards others automatically goes. Means you try to make others fortunate. And if it is not going towards others, that means I am not learning in the ashram. Yes, there is a mistake can happen sometime. It's a material world. Maya likes to play. And Maya likes to divert us so we don't become serious. But if we focus on Prabhupada's teachings and the teachings of our Acharya Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we will see that actually all these ashram is nothing but helping us to progress. Do you know in Bhagavatam where a big sannyasi, big brahmana need to learn from a grihastha and kshatriya? Durvasa. Durvasa even told Brahmaji, he is a kshatriya, I am a brahmana, I am higher. And I am a sannyasi, he is a grihastha. How can he has more power than me? Brahmaji said, I am sorry, I can't help you. You have to go to Vishnu. He went to Vishnu. Vishnu says, I am sorry. I am in the heart of the devotee. They control me. You missing the point of sannyasi or mataji. You supposed to focus on the bhakti. Whoever has bhakti is respectful more. It is not the ashram also. We need ashram. But ashram is not our focus, whether I am a sannyasi or I am a grihastha. There is no difference. It's just wherever you are safe. If you are safe in this room, fine. If you are safe in the other room, what's the difference? The ashram is just a different room of the same big house called varnashram. But our importance is bhakti. Bhakti. In tradition, we see that brahmachari sometimes superior, sometimes grihasthas are superior, sometimes sannyasis are lesser. And Durvasa was crying and crying and crying and crying. He said, I could never understand how can a grihastha who is with his wife doing ekadasi more advanced than me, who is renowned sannyasi, so advanced but useless, because that was not based on bhakti. Krishna consciousness is based on bhakti. Thank you, Prabhu. Any other? Otherwise we'll stop here. No? Thank you. Gaur Pramanande Hare Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama.